Chapter 15 Lineage of Kashyapas. Other wives. After the death of Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad continued his lineage. Prahlad had a son, Virochan. Virochan in his turn had Bali as his son. The prowessive Bali was sent to the nether world by Vaman, incarnation of Lord. Bali had 100 sons, among whom Banasur was the eldest. Kashyapa's second wife Danu had sons like Dvimurdha, Shambar, Ayomuk, Shankushira, Kapila, Shankar, Ekchakra, Mahabahu, Tarak, Mahabal, Swarbhanu, Vrishparva, Pulom and Viprachiti. Swarbhanu had a daughter, Prabha, whereas Sharmishtha, Updan and Haishira were the daughters of Vrishparva. Vaishvanar had two daughters, Puloma and Kalka, who were married to Kashyapa. From the part of Kashyapa, they gave birth to 60,000 giants known as Polom and Kalkeya. Kashyapa's another wife, Tamra, gave birth to 6 daughters, Shuki, Sheni, Bhasi, Sugrivi, Suchi and Gridhrika. Shuki gave birth to the birds like parrots, owls and crows. Sheni gave birth to sleep while Bhasi produced light. Gridhrika gave birth to vultures, whereas Suchi produced aquatic birds. Sugrivi gave birth to equine animals like horse, camels and asses. Vinta, one of the wives of Kashyapa, gave birth to Garuda and Arun. Garuda became the vehicle of Lord Vishnu, while Arun became the charioteer of the Sunday. Sursa gave birth to millions of the snakes. Kadru also had great snakes like Shesha, Vasuki, Takshak, Shankshvet, Mahapadma, Kambal, Ashwatar, Ilputra, Nag, Karkotak, Dhananjay etc. as her sons. Krodhavasha gave birth to anger and devils. Surbhi gave birth to cows and buffaloes. Ira gave birth to the trees, creepers and scores of grasses. Khasa gave birth to yaksh and monsters. Muni produced elves, whereas Arishta gave birth to Gandharvas. After the annihilation of her sons, Diti once again pleased Kashyapa and sought a son who could destroy even Indra. Kashyapa granted her boon but stipulated that she would have such a son only when she observes complete sanctity during 100 years of gestation period. Diti agreed to abide by the stipulation. Then they copulated, as a result of which Diti conceived. When Indra came to know that Diti had conceived a son who would be able to destroy even him, he arrived at Kashyapa's hermitage and began to serve Diti with full devotion. He had, in fact, arrived there to see if by chance Diti ever violated the stipulation, for then he would easily destroy the unborn child without incurring any sin. Sometime before the completion of gestation period, one day, Diti did violate the stipulation. She forgot to wash her feet after attending nature's call and retired on the bed. Indra was waiting for the moment. He at once entered Diti's womb carrying his make in hand. There he broke the fetus into 7 pieces, but still the fetus survived and began to cry loudly. Indra then broke each of those 7 pieces into 7 pieces more and consoled them not to cry. Those 49 pieces of Diti's fetus later on came to be known as Marudvana, the assistants of Indra. Chapter 16 The description of universal order. When the great sages crowned Prithu as the king of the entire earth, Brahma had also divided the kingdoms. Thus, Brahma appointed Chandrama as the ruler of all the nakshatras, planets, Brahmans, vegetation, yajna, penance, etc. He also appointed Kuber as the ruler of the kings, Varuna as the ruler of the water bodies, Vishnu as the ruler of Adityas and Agni as the ruler of Vasus. Similarly, Daksha was appointed as the ruler of all the Prajaptis, Indra as the ruler of Marudgana, and Prahlad was appointed as the ruler of the demons. Dharmaraj Yam became the ruler of Pitragna, and Airavat became the ruler of all the elephants. Garuda came to rule the birds. Indra was appointed as king of the gods, Uchasharva as the king of the horses, Vrishab as the king of the cows. Lion became the king of the beasts, Sheshnag of the snakes, Himalaya became the king of all the land masses, Kapila became the king of the sages, and Tiger became the king of those animals that have nails and long teeth. Thereafter, Brahma appointed Dikpals, guardians of the directions, on all corners of the earth. These Dikpals still guard the earth, which has 7 continents and scores of big and small cities. All the gods, demons, human beings, animals, birds, reptiles, in fact every living being have originated from the parts of omnipotent Lord Vishnu. Hence nobody but Lord Vishnu has the capacity to foster all the living beings on earth. That eternal God creates the world, fosters it, and ultimately destroys it. Thus, the Lord has 4 parts in the form of this entire creation. One of his parts remains unmanifested as Brahma. Second part appears like Prajaptis. Time is his third part, whereas all the living beings constitute his 4th part. Since the beginning, during the existence, and till the ultimate annihilation of the universe, the process of creation continued through Brahma, Prajaptis, and all other living beings. In the beginning, Brahma creates the primitive living beings. Then the process of creation is taken over by Prajaptis. When their progenies populate the world, the process of creation continues spontaneously. Without Kal, no one, including Brahma, Prajaptis, and all the living beings, can carry out the process of creation. Sri Hari is in the base of every new creation that takes place through a pre-existing creation. The supreme abode of Lord Vishnu remains intangible. Sri Hari bears the intangible, pure and all-pervasive spirit of the universe as Kaustubh-mani. He bears the intelligence as his make. He bears the 2 kinds of ego in his conch and Sharang bow. Third kind of ego is present as the wheel in his hand. Vaijayanti garland that adorns his neck represents 5 senses and 5 physical elements. He bears the sense and motor organs as the arrows, and the sword that he holds is knowledge. Thus, everything is dependent on Sri Hari. He is himself intangible, but for the benefit of human being, he bears all these things as ornaments. Even the counting of time is present in him. God is present in all the 7 worlds. He is the base of all the knowledge, our ancestor and the ancestors of our ancestors. He is present in the gods, human beings, animals, all the Vedas, Ayurveda, Purana, and other religious scriptures. All the visible and invisible things in the world have Lord Vishnu in them. Nothing is different from him. Such a feeling in the mind keeps all the miseries and physical ailments away.